Dr. Mindy here, and I'm going to answer a question that I actually keep seeing showing up on my platform, and that is, can a woman fast during her period? It's a great question. So if you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. I'm a woman on a mission to get women believing in their own healing power and get the whole world fasting. So I'm super excited you're here. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and roll up your sleeves. There's a lot of information here that you can use to launch your fasting lifestyle.
Pioneer in the fasting
Do a long fast one day, your blood sugar going up and down.
We're in it together.
Fast Like a Girl, it's ready for pre-order, and I want to do something really cool for you all. When you pre-order the book, I'm giving you 14 free days in my academy. Now let me tell you, my Reset Academy is my baby. This is where I am inspiring, teaching people about their health. We work out together, we fast together, we educate together. I got John DeMartini coming in, I had John Gray come in. We've got some incredible experts come to this community to lift everybody up. It is a supportive, amazing community with a ton of videos on how you can succeed with fasting, including a course I have in there on how you can start fasting like a girl now before the book even gets to your front door. Go ahead and pre-order it, and all you have to do is go to fastlikeagirl.com, and in that link you will find the steps to take your pre-order and put it into my team, and they will send you free access to our Reset Academy for 14 days. As always, I hope that not only does my academy change your life, but the book, getting it in your hand, I hope that changed the direction of your health. Okay, this is another interesting nuance for women, and hopefully you all know Fast Like a Girl, it's coming out. I promise you, and it's gonna be worth it, I promise you. So if you haven't pre-ordered Fast Like a Girl, go ahead and pre-order that. It's available now. You just go to fastlikeagirl.com. And what I'm seeing a lot in a lot of the comments on social media is that there's this myth, this misunderstanding that women are not supposed to fast when their cycle actually starts. Now, what's so interesting to me, I've been teaching fasting on social media platforms for about 7 or 8 years now. And in the beginning, we didn't know that women and men needed to fast differently. But now what's happening is that message is getting out there, and that women are starting to understand, oh, I'm supposed to fast differently. But then a lot of women are confused and think that it means you do not fast when your period starts. Now, it's easy, I can tell you as a woman, it's very easy to make that assumption, because the day we start our periods, it's not like we're like super excited, ready to go run a marathon and have a party at our house. We are more like, oh, thank God it's finally here. And there's sometimes a lot of cramping, you can feel lethargic, and you may not think you want to fast. If that is you, what I want you to know is if you start your period and the first couple of days are horrendous, the reason for that is because you didn't mind the back half of your cycle. I call this the nurture phase in the new book, but you didn't pay attention to what you were supposed to do with progesterone. So the minute you start bleeding, especially if you're noticing a heavy period or you're getting a lot of cramping or a lot of clotting, it means that you didn't get that back half down right. Fast Like a Girl is going to show you how to do that. In a normal, healthy cycle, what should happen is that that first day could be a little tenuous, but usually by day 2, your hunger should go away. Whereas 3 days before your period starts, you may want to eat every carb in your house. And once your period starts, you may notice that your hunger shifts. For me, the way this has shown up in my life is that I will start to see that the week before my period at about 10 o'clock in the morning, I can't fast. All of a sudden I'm hungry. And when I started to notice that rhythm and I stepped out of fasting and I started eating at 10 o'clock in the morning, which wasn't my preferred time to be eating, or 8 o'clock in the morning, I honored what progesterone was telling me. And when progesterone comes a knocking, she ups your carb craving and she makes you more hungry. So please make sure you understand the week before your cycle that you are supposed to step out of fasting. Now, when your period starts, what should happen in that day 2 is that all of a sudden your hunger should go away. And you should go, oh my gosh, I feel like I could go all day without eating. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. I've experienced it in my own body. So when we think that we should not be fasting in that bleed week, I want you to realize that if that's how you're feeling, please go and make sure that you're doing the week before your period right. In Fast Like a Girl, I've got all the explanations for that. So you can pre-order that now and start to dive into that information, because it's really, we got to look at the whole totality of our 30-day cycle. Each day is built upon the day before. So that bleed week, what's happening is on day 1, progesterone and estrogen comes crashing down. And then on day 2, all of a sudden for the next 9 days, estrogen's gonna build, and she's gonna take peak at around day 11, day 12. And so that is in that building of estrogen, you wanna go keto. I call it ketobiotic because I really like you to make sure that you're keeping in mind what you need to keep your gut healthy. I called it ketobiotic in the book, so don't worry, I explain it all in there. And so that is what I recommend from day 1 to day 10. You can go into longer fasts. You can do more keto. You will really thrive. This is amazing for any of you that have PCOS. This is amazing for those of you that have weight loss resistance. This is an amazing time for those of you, believe it or not, that are trying to get pregnant, because you can really let estrogen shine through the keto and fasting lifestyle. So that first week is when you want to lean into that. Now, 2 more questions that I want you to think of. What part of the cycle do you need to stop fasting? Okay, I'm just going to say it, and I'll say it over and over again. The week before your period, please don't go into longer fasts. Don't fast if you're new to fasting. Please make sure that you're eating more that week before your cycle. End of story. Okay, and then the third question to ask yourself is, if that transition from going from eating from the end of your cycle into the new part of your cycle, if that's rough, what can you do? Now, I've touched on this a bit, and this is where estrogen and progesterone, the way I like to look at them, is like they're sisters. And maybe they're even identical twins. They come from the same family, but they look the same. We call them both sex hormones, but they have vastly different personalities. And they want to be treated very different. Progesterone wants more glucose. Progesterone wants glucose to be high. So this is why we go into more of nature's carbs, more of the fruits, more of the squashes, more of the potatoes the week before your cycle. Whereas once you start bleeding, estrogen wants that ketobiotic that I talked about and wants those carbs to go away, wants glucose down. So it's like this weird sort of 20-day point in your cycle where, or I guess 14 days period, where all of a sudden you want glucose to be high, and then boom, you switch to where glucose is low. Very different approach. They're both like catering to these sex hormones. But if you are aware of that and you time your fast, you time your food accordingly, you will just see what incredible miracle you live in. So, bleed week. There you go. That's what we do with menstruation. I hope that answers that question. Let me know in the comments if you've pre-ordered Fast Like a Girl. I am incredibly honored and grateful for so many of you that have already pre-ordered it. It is already doing incredible, and I can't wait to get the information into your hands. So thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And now we've answered that question. Should women fast during bleed week, during menstruation? The answer, you now know. Hope that helps. So Fast Like a Girl, it's ready for pre-order now. I hope this book changes your life the way the information has changed hundreds of thousands of women that have applied it. From the bottom of my heart, enjoy, and let's get healthy together.